Alright, let's go ahead and finish up, do this last quest. To calmer seas. The Secretariat appears visibly dismayed. Despite our best efforts, the blasphemies continue to elude us. For the time being, Sorry to interrupt, but I have an incoming communication from Wisecat. Commander, we've snared ourselves a blasphemy. We've our erstwhile companion Riol to thank. Knowing that the creature was once the Sahagin queen, he kept an close eye on the spawning grounds. Sure enough, he spied a massive black shadow moving beneath the water not long ago. After receiving word, Shashami Lahami directed the Maelstrom warships in the vicinity to herd the beast with cannon fire into the Sastasha Seagrot. Isolated as the Seagrot is, we can engage our foe without pulling small folk at risk. Any words for your men, Commander? Company of Heroes, assemble! No. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. Yes. You don't have to tell me twice. I've been aching for a rematch. Rush in blindly, and it'll go as poorly as it did the first time. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll show up just in time to see me deal the killing blow. Now, can we not save our virtual for the quarry which I've lured to the perfect spot that now is waiting patiently for all of you to put it out of its misery? I don't know how I'm supposed to say this. For sure. Fly Fox, Gobby Booms, blast over big blasphemy into bitty pieces. Motley or crew will never find what will serve you well when the battle is joined, believe me. This is Meroweb. I'll be ready a warship at once. Assemble outside the winch once you've all seen to your preparations. So, the time has come. I shall pray for your victory. Okay, let's head on over to the winch over by the waypoint and head on out. So what's his name? The leader is gonna show up and save the day, right? Ah, brilliant. The others should be along soon. Let's go. The blasphemy is still contained within the Sastasha Seagrot. There it will meet its end, navigator willing. Psst, what's that? My brothers and I could join you in the fight, and yet blasphemous though it may be, the beast was once our mother. I understand, Noel. Forgive us for what we must do. Were there any means to reverse the transformation, we would do all in our power to bring your mother back. Sadly, there is nothing left of her to save. For the future of Sahagin and Limsa Laminza alike, the blasphemy must be laid to rest, and when the deed is done, I would bring your brothers, even the crushing tide, aboard the greatest ship we call Vildebrand. I do not want to slay your mother, but this thing she has become, a mindless beast who would enslave and kill her own, is an affront to the memory of who she was. It is not her. It is not. Remember this always. You must. I will not ask you to shoulder the burden of matricide. When the time comes to strike the final blow, I will do the deed. Psh, Admiral, all you say is true, and yet... Commander, I've sighted a group of fishbacks, crushing tide most like, heading straight for the Seagrot. You'd best make your way here, and fast. Time to move out. Any words for your men before we set sail? Didn't we just do this? Don't go dying out there. Today the blasphemy falls. Our new commander sounded more and more like the old one. But enough talk. It's time to show the realm what the company of heroes hasn't lost its step. Aye. We'll stand a better chance of slipping past the crushing tide if we split up. Brilliant and I will go together, while the rest of you take a different route. Let us brook no further delay. To Sastasha. And haven't I run that dungeon enough times? Psh, my queen! I beg you, pray show your loyal son mercy. Nope, you've lost it, bro. This is your own making. And he's dead. Blasphemy, the indigo beast. It's Tao, or what's left of him. Speaker Tao, why would our queen do such a thing? This is not your queen, bro. It's a blasphemy. It was the Shorewalkers say. What we thought was a blessing is true a terrible curse. Duh. The horror! We must away at once! And leave the Shorewalkers to face the Queen Mother alone? No, I will stay with them. You mustn't sully your hands with the blood of your mother. Go and be with your kin. Go. The fact that she's saying this. Please forgive me. As long as we don't have to stand on the grates for this dungeon mechanic. Ah, there he is. I was beginning to think you'd wandered off of a cliff, Lawrence. Must say it like that. I prefer to think of myself as fashionably late. But enough talk. It comes. Alright, let's take this thing down. Oh, I guess I'd have to sit here and wait. Here it comes. We're counting on you, Lawrence. Aye, no enemy's weakness escapes my eye. Okay, Mr. Machinist. Aye, there we go. Grog. Even more of them? See how easy that was? I reckon you can do it, Actin Commander. Oh, I have to hit it from the right side. Okay. There we go. Oh, come on, even more of them? Okay, now we can actually hit it. But why did I get a... Why did I get a TBN shield break sound there. Was that because this came up? Alright, I'm just gonna drop it right on me. Thanks. Okay, it must be every time I use one of the abilities. I haven't actually read it. Somebody keeps healing me. One of the NPCs is. There we go, I got my cooldowns back together. Okay, the rest of them are here. I didn't even see them get here. Yeah, I don't know what triggered that ability. I'll need to look it up later.
You're in my sights.
Annihilator Flare. Well, that sounds deadly. Oh, I didn't see the ones on the right there. I think it's every time I build up a charge of something. Okay, and this is an AoE ability. But I mean, I'm only fighting one enemy, so it doesn't really matter. Is that how we have to do this? Not dead. Don't know why I'm healing. Oh, they came back.
The winds favor us.
Another extinction flare's coming up.
I will not yield.
There we go. I will not ask your forgiveness, but this I promise. You will be remembered for the mother you were. Admiral, I have no words. Our Queen Mother returns to the depths in eternal slumber. With your strength, you could have crushed us easily, but you spare our lives. Why would she have killed you? The beasts and blasphemies are born from despair in our hearts, but no more. I would break the cycle. Though Tao may have been blind to it, I believe in the future where Sahagin and Luminzen live in harmony. Even after losing who she was, your queen made for your spawning grounds, and it is there she drew her last breath. When your next queen is crowned, know that she will have a safe place to raise her young. Once you have selected a suitable location, Limza Luminza will recognize and honor your claim. Oh, how about in the middle of Limza? That's where we want it. A promise for which we are grateful, Admiral. But what of the other peoples of Vildebrand? The kobolds are open to the idea. The details will need to be negotiated, but I am confident we can reach an agreement. Sahagin, Kobold, and Luminzen alike yearn to abide in peace. We can make it so. I have never fought alongside shoreworkers before, but I must say, it felt good. We have fought our neighbors for generations. It has won us only suffering and tragedy. I beg you, lay down your spears. 'Twill make time and effort to bridge the gulf between our peoples, but bridge it we shall. He's sneaking away. I dare say we have a lot of talking to do, don't we, Commander Lawrence? Uh-oh. Hopefully there's no gobby cheese involved. Ah, Landell, if you just allow me to explain. Let us be off before they drag us into this mess. That was fun. Alright, let's talk to everyone, and then this should wrap up this quest. Why did we ever believe the monstrosities was a blessing? What fools we were. Forgive us for what we have done, Queen Mother. At last, it's over. We can take pride in the respite we've won, but we must never forget those who could not be here with us to enjoy it. Fighting with gobby friends gives Brave Fox good feels. Feels good, man. Wondering where I was during the battle? Well, I wasn't slacking off, if that's what you're implying. My duty was to protect the ship to ensure our safe return. Truly. I dare say that Blasphemy was the most formidable foe our company has ever faced. I must further hone my skills, lest the next enemy prove too tough for us to battle. Handle. Who invited this bloody bastard anyway? Oh there. Good to see our acting captain hale and hearty. Perfect timing, acting commander. You must save me from this bloodthirsty bastard. Well, Lawrence, let's hear your excuse, and it better be a good one. Why in the seven hells were you skulking about in the shadows while we did all the dirty work? Ha! Like you, thought I'd be happier if I showed up myself sooner. I can hear you worrying now. What, you didn't think we could handle this on our own? I'd bloody furious regardless. Don't think I forgot what happened, or rather didn't happen, on the day of our duel. What duel? Even though the future of the company hung in the balance, I waited and waited and waited, with some goddamned more. Still, you never turned up. But I've got you now, and I will have satisfaction. Give Lawrence penance for late arrivals. I couldn't help but worry too. To say he cut it fine would be an understatement. And not by choice as usual. My scouts observed him roaming near Costa del Sol not long ago. It would seem our commander's woeful sense of direction has not improved in the least. I'm honestly surprised you never realized, Landell, that was to blame for his extreme tardiness. That's why. And the commander did indeed arrive at the agreed-upon location for the duel, after the sun had risen and set a half-dozen times. Navigator, take me, says Shami. You promised that it would be between the two of us. Ah, Brifox. So you have kind words or two for your old commander, don't you? Commander Lawrence, commander no more. New commander, friend with two gobbies everywhere. Does many sweat works for gobby kind. I mean, I do work hard. And there I thought you were too much of a coward to face me in battle. Come now, Lendl, you know better than that. Of course, he's gonna try and fight him right now. And it's settled. We fight here and now. On your guard. Right now, dude. In the middle of the city. Put that thing down, I say. You could hurt someone like that. Come on, Lendl, it's a bit too much. Hard to believe he was once the glue that held his merry band together. That's right. If you hadn't recognized the obvious, Lawrence is our former commander, even though he already told us. Forgive me for not stating it plainly sooner. I didn't want you to think we doubted your leadership. He's got his quirks, but as you saw, he's a force of nature on the battlefield. Anyhow, I think we can all say that your stint as acting commander has been rousing success. Now, I reckon it's time you gave your final order. I guess time to disband. Company of Heroes band break once more. Reflux never liked partying with gobby friends. Hear, hear. I have my complaints, but when we're together, a good fight's never far away. You hardly need a company or commander to get you that, and should limbs again be imperiled, there's nothing stopping us from rising to the occasion. Till then, you're all strong enough in your own right. Why not serve the weak in your own ways? Oh, sure, Lawrence. Let's see, this is gonna be different? No, same thing. Yeah. It's time for you to do what I did once. Give your men their final orders and send them on their way. You've had quite the turn of duty, but all good things must come to an end. Any parting words before we go our separate ways? The company of heroes be disbanded. Could you? Yes. Finally, I can enjoy some semblance of peace again. At least as much peace as a man can enjoy wading hand and foot at the Costa del Sol, that's right. It may have been a rough sailing at times, but I rather enjoyed serving under you, acting Commander Berlian. Okay, Landell. Well, if you've got something to say, let's hear it. Let the company of heroes be disbanded, return the whalers, and keep the murdering to a minimum, please. Huh, as if I needed you to tell me. While I enjoyed the diversion, I know as well as any that my true place is in Gridania, leading a respectable life. Sure, Landell. You may not have been the perfect commander, but 12 is my witness. I hope to fight by your side again. Farewell. Alright, you better go back to your harem. Uod. I wait your orders, Commander. Look after the brave nun. I have responsibilities. A tribe that wants for my guidance and protection. I can ill afford to tarry here much longer. Nevertheless, it's with some regrets I take my leave. For all their faults, of which they have many, they are my companions, and I will miss them. Well, let's hear it, Commander. You owe me a bottle of your finest, yeah. Give me back that wine. Indeed. I mean to return to Wineport as soon as I've tied up a few loose ends here. Ah, yes, some new business deals. Truly, the Lalafell nature. Speaking of wine, I've always preferred the older vintages, left to sleep in their barrels for many summers. They come out tasting better than ever. One might say the same about our own company. I'm sure I talked to Mara. Oh well. Reflux want busy work. Reflux waits Uplander's lip flaps. No more cheese wars, please. Reflux heavy heart, but accepts Uplander's bossy words. Reflux had good times and happy feels with gobby friends, but good times will come again, and when they do, new boomsticks will bring blasty doom with much fastness. Sure, Braveflux, sure. Big boom booms? At last, it's over. We can take pride in the respite we've won. Yeah, we read that already. Alright, Lauren's dismissed everyone. And on that note, I ought to be on my way. Slipping away again, are we? You are a creature of habit. I resented you for it at the time, you know, but I think I understand now. Better to shun fame and not serve as an example for glory seekers too eager to fight and too quick to die. You're overthinking it. I'm a creature of whimsy. A man who lets the tailwind carry him where it will. But more importantly, this new age belongs to the new blood, and I've had my day in the sun. If you succeeded in brokering peace with the beastmen, then there'll be no need to worry about primals, and the company can go into permanent retirement. And then I can say I did the right thing by the old man. If you hadn't been there for us both, I don't know if I could have pulled the trigger. Thank you, Lawrence, brother. Ah, I did nothing. It was you who shouldered Captain Blowfist's burden, and that of the entire League. I'm sorry, Merowib. I know it hasn't been easy for you. But I dare say you've worked hard enough. Make us company folk aren't the only ones in need of retirement. But I've said too much. You saying I'm old? You're saying she's old? She's beautiful. What are you talking about? I have half a mind to push you off the edge right now. Lawrence holding his tongue. Gods, you have changed. But yes, my greatest test as Admiral still lies ahead, as we steer the great ship of Hildebrand towards a new future. You truly are your father's daughter. I owe you my thanks too. I dare say you did almost as good a job of keeping the men on task as I could have done. Call it a hunch, but something tells me our paths may cross again. But forgive me if I carry on like I've never seen you before. Not unlike my old friend Mistbeard, I prefer to keep my past in the past. And with that, I'm off. Take care of yourselves. Okay, let's talk to these two.
Shh, the blasphemies are no more, but we will never know the lasting peace until the crushing tide agrees to lay down their arms. It will be a daunting task. What we saw in Sastasha, they are not beyond reason. I will do all in my power to see that your efforts and the sacrifice of my brothers were not in vain. Forgive us, even after being freed from false gods, thrall, still we cling to our hateful beliefs. It was easier to hearken to serpent speaker Dao's every word and turn a blind eye to the harsh truth. Easier and cowardly. I will return and speak with my brothers of the crushing tide. I will tell them of our Queen Mother's sacrifice and vision of hope you have shared with us. I ask only that you give us time and trust us to make our decision. You have my word. If you would not averse, let us return to the spawning grounds together. Adventurer, I have no words to express my gratitude to you. I will repay you the only way I know how, by doing my part to usher in an age where shorewalkers and Shahagans stand as one.
Alright, last person to talk to is Merowib. Just us now, it would seem. Ever since we achieved a measure of peace with the kobolds, I prayed that this day would come. Though it is, of course, only the beginning. Negotiations must be held, and words exchanged in earnest will invariably lead to flared tempers and bruised egos. But such things always accompany meaningful progress. The history of Hildebrand is one of bloodshed, but we have the power to change our ways. After all, it is clear that we are united more in our similarities than we are divided by our differences. I will share what I have seen of Sahagin with my fellow Lemenzans, and listen closely to their doubts and concerns. For it must be a harmony not foisted upon them from above, but one which they aspire to of their own free will. No doubt Noel and his brothers feel the same. Again, you have come to Lemenza's aid, my aid, at a time we needed it most. When we next meet, I hope 'twill not be as admirable an adventurer, but as friends. Mayhap trading war stories over ales at the Winch. Oh sure, well you see there was this god thing at the edge of the universe that I slayed while I was riding on the back of a dragon. It was pretty wicked. You want to hear all about it. But for now, I must return to my duties. Drafting reports and decrees is hardly the most exciting part of my role, but it is a necessary one. If you happen to pass through Radzat, pray share your exploits with our delegate there. Doubtless he will be interested to hear your first-hand account. Nice view. One day I will lay down these muskets of mine for good. But not yet, Father. Not yet. That was cool. Let's head on back to Radzat and we'll wrap things up. Why'd it put me here? Oh, I guess that's where we started, didn't we? No, I had to run over there before. Either way, let's head over to Radzat and finish this up. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk to the Lumenzan delegate and tell us that everything's good now. Brilliant, you return. Pray tell us, what news from my homeland? That hairstyle does not suit a Roganin. Extraordinary, and a chance at peace with the Sahagin. These are heartening tidings indeed. Without a doubt, you have helped to dispel the pall of despair that once hung over all Vilderbrand. Our people now bask in newfound hope. I must share the news with the others. Full glad will they be to hear that the threat to limbs of Lominza is no more. Thank you again, my friend. Now, dude, yeah.